Have you guys ever dated?
No.
Really?
No.
Oh, God.
This is going to
Is
be
it, no. Is this something that people ask usually?
Yes. Well, not
Really?
usually on the podcast, but
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead,
Kevin,
go ahead and
continue.
interview us.
No. I'm asking because you guys have such good banter and like there is like a chemistry there, and it's like you're single,
Yes.
you're in a relationship, but it's like the friendship and the banter. It's like I was wondering. I was like, have you guys ever dated?
We haven't dated. That's why it's healthy.
Yeah, that's why it
That's why it's
actually
healthy.
works.
This is why it's working
That's why
so
we're capable
well.
of doing it.
We ready, people?
Ready.
All right, let's get into this. Another episode of the Cabana Cream Show. Ty, we're in season 4. Are you excited for this?
Oh my God. How? We only
Episode
have 2
7?
episodes.
I'm just kidding. No, still season 3.
I still don't
She still
understand
doesn't
the
get
3.
season
yeah,
3.
I still don't because I feel like this is season 2.
Absolutely.
We have a special guest today, and yeah, just a background of that. I told her last episode, like, she can't keep up with the seasons.
No, he was like, we're in season 3. I said, we didn't even do a season 2. What are you talking about?
Where was season 1? I don't get it.
No, I know where season 1 was, bitch. I'm just saying I didn't know where season 2 went because it didn't.
Season
we
2
never
is
announced season 2.
Season 2 was a paid subscription. Now we're just in season 3.
Oh, I must have missed it. Where was I?
So anyway, our special guest today is Sasha. Say hi, Sasha.
Hi everyone. Hi.
We're very excited to have you here. You look great.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
I
myself
like-
together. You know.
Yeah, I like the flow that you and Ty got going here. This is good.
More little
Strings.
ties.
Ty, what do you think of my wedding shirt I got rocking here?
I like it. You look nice.
You wouldn't, if I asked you for like a dance, would you accept?
Yeah, I would.
All right, we'll take that.
There
I
you
like
go.
dancing at weddings.
Is that from Express?
I don't know actually.
Oh.
To be honest with you.
It looks like
Yeah,
it
find
might be.
Is it made from heaven? Oh shit.
Just as I thought. Made in heaven.
Oh, look at that.
It's made out of boyfriend material.
Lindenberg.
What?
Lindenberg.
Oh yeah, I
Lindenberg.
should have known that.
Oh.
Great company. It's in Town Square. Check it out. We'll give them a little plug.
Wow,
There you
look at you.
Yeah, Lindbergh's good.
That's pretty fancy of you.
Yeah, so I'm excited. Today we're just gonna get into a lot of relationship questions. And really just kind of pick the brain. You are in the industry, correct, Sasha?
I am. Yes, I do bottle service. Yep.
Love it. At a very nice nightclub.
At
that you
a
like?
at one of the world's biggest nightclubs. Yes.
I love it. So yeah, what we're gonna do, guys, here is first episode. We're just gonna cover some fun topics with Sasha as our guest, and then second episode we're gonna be covering romance this week, which we love, and it's going to be on dating and being married in the Vegas industry.
He
There
put
it
a
is.
ring on it, you know.
Yeah, so guys, back off. Go check her Instagram out, but back off. She's got the ring. Settle down. So can I ask you, what do you think of you're coming into our house, me and our bartender, John. John, say hi.
Hi.
What do you think of this house as like,
I'm about it.
what about the guy greeting you on the balcony?
Oh my gosh, my God. Okay, so all right, I first did not see that
Okay.
until he pointed out, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, okay. And then like coming in, I'm like, oh, they got a little Michael Myers stuff here and on the fridge. It's like, this is cool. Like,
Is it
I
cool?
vibe with this.
Is it
yeah.
cool because you're married and you're not like looking? What if you were a single woman?
Okay, you're asking me as far as like if a single woman came in here. I don't know. I feel like, okay, one thing, okay, being that you live with roommates, everybody needs to have a little bit of their space, right? Like, and of course the decor isn't going to be matchy because I live with roommates.
Okay.
And I did live with somebody that was single. And when people come over, be like, oh, you got like this kind of decor, but what about this? And it clashed. I don't know if I was single and I was coming in here, me personally, I'd be like, this is kind of cool. I don't know about
She's like, I
everybody
mess with
else.
it. This is great.
I f- with it. Oh,
There you
can
go.
I say?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't now.
Fire. If you couldn't say I would have been fired
I wouldn't
30
even be
episodes
sitting
ago.
here, yeah.
Season
Oh,
1,
God.
episode 1.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So no, I mean like I f- with it. Like I'm a horror fan. Like I like this, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
There you go.
I think some girls I think women nowadays look for more of like the aesthetic as far as like, oh, like the beiges and the creams and the minimalistic and.
Oh my
you
God,
know,
is that taupe?
Oh my gosh, like the sage. I don't know. I'm like it has character. I like it.
Ty, do you
Oh.
agree with that assessment? Here, wait, hold on 1 second.
Out of love. Oh.
There, okay.
Hitting against your chair.
Oh shit.
All right, back into it.
Out of love, and wanting you
hates
to
it.
find somebody.
She's like,
no.
grow the up.
Clean it up. Okay, first of all, we all know that I'm a Halloween fan. I love Halloween.
Loves
I
Halloween.
wish Halloween was all year round.
It is here.
Exactly.
Move in.
It is here. No, I'm not moving. Oh my god.
We're that bad? Holy shit.
No, you guys just don't have any food or anything in here. Like I
You
don't
can
know
move
how
in so you
guys
can
are
feed us.
functioning.
No.
Oh, see, I didn't open the fridge yet. Should I go open the fridge?
Yeah. When
Good.
we're on break, you should snoop around here. Anyways, out of love, I just want you to find like it could just be a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Like you could keep it with the decor of like the Halloween theme, but we could have it a little more organized to make
Just
it
have a
like, cooler
goddamn
looking.
snack in the house, Kevin.
And a snack.
We have nuts and Skittles and
M&Ms.
and stuff.
Inspired
So
bullshit.
you're thinking like, okay, we'll do like a black accent wall and then like some
or even like okay, the figurines. Like we could have that set up way cooler. Like we could even just line all of
Just
the
turn it into an
cabinets
HGTV
instead
episode.
of it being
Shit.
right there. Like there's so many other things we could do with it
So,
that I
like,
think
So
would
much
look,
space with
that
so
I
much
think
shit.
would look better.
Yeah.
so Ty, if you were a girl and you were to come here like first time, you are a girl, but if you were like a single girl and you were to come here on your first time, you might not
Okay.
return. Is what
Well,
you're saying?
actually, the first time I came here, I was a single girl, but I came on Halloween.
Um,
So I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, this is so dope. But then I realized,
It's here year round.
yeah, it's here all the time.
It's shit.
And no, I don't think that it's,
You might not return though, is what you're saying.
no, I would return, but I don't think that you're going to find somebody, you have to find somebody who loves Halloween and doesn't give a shit, basically, I guess.
I think we're giving
the
exactly.
protocol.
I think we're getting across exactly what we want. You know,
You
Find-
want them to leave.
kinda.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So then you're doing fine.
Don't get too comfy.
Then
you know?
leave it. Then
Just
leave
enough
it.
for the night.
I
Anyway,
don't know. I feel like the decor, like it's not a turnoff. I mean, the cleanliness though, like if it's not clean.
what do you think?
I think it's pretty clean.
Pretty spiffy, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, they're not too bad with that.
We're gonna
Because they
thank-
don't really have that much.
We're gonna thank Baloney with Brian for just being militant and cleaning this place
That
up
is
on
true.
the regular.
Brian is
You're militant, but I ain't mad at you. I ain't got nothing but love for you.
the ringleader of the
Reg.
cleanliness.
He does about 90. John does like me and John do 5 and 5. So
Yeah.
thank you, Brian. All right, at least like John said, watch HGTV next time. We'll get into the house more.
Tune in for next week's
We'll
episode.
just do Welcome to My Crib.
I like
Yeah,
that.
there you go.
How do we find you here? Like, where did this go? Where you're on the show now, Sasha? Like, we know a mutual person, right? Like,
we know some mutual people. I mean, I feel like we know Ross and we know Kirk.
I would
and-
say Kirk was the
Kirk,
main. Thank
yeah.
you. Shout out Kirk. Yeah, he kind of reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I work with some people that are a
Yeah.
couple girls that do similar stuff what you do.
Yeah.
I think you
was
guys
the
would
plug.
click." And yeah, I mean, here we are. So
Here we
thank
are.
you, Kirk, for this.
Thank you, Kirk.
So what I'm saying, we do similar things. You have a show, correct? I'd
I
like you to
do.
talk to the
Yeah.
audience kind of about Operator Error, correct?
So Operator Error was kind of like, well, I don't have my counterpart here with me, my co-host, but I'm one of the hosts of Operator Error. We do street interviews, and we just take it to the streets of Las Vegas and ask people like, spit or swallow, thumb in or thumb out, just preferably
important questions that people need to ask.
I love it.
Important questions. But
Absolutely.
Also, we get into like the better topics, like what makes the world go round.
Yeah.
Like the feel good stuff, because I feel like we need more of that in the world. But
Of course.
Even though we may act tough, a lot of stuff is going on. A lot of pressure, a lot of stress is going on in our lives. Yeah. But the world tells us that we can't reveal that. Just want somebody that we can talk to.
Aw, this would be understood.
yeah, so it was technically like me and my husband, and we started that in December. I needed a hobby. I 100% needed a hobby. Like I work 5 nights at a nightclub. I also work at a pool. I'm like, I just need something to kind of free my mind and kind of go from there. And I told my husband, I was like, we should do this. Like, you work with people, I work with people. I think we're good at like talking to people. Might as well. And he was like, okay. And I was like, oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you support me? And okay, cool, let's do it. Yeah. So I remember it was the first time that we went out was, oh gosh, it was like the middle of December, and it was freezing. It was absolutely freezing. And we got some really great content. We didn't know what we were going to ask people yet. We didn't know if we were going to be super dirty, if we were going to do trivia, if we were going to do like good questions. And we kind of just played it off from there. And we ended up like, he's super witty. So like he ended up doing some trivia and like talking to like mainly guys. And I, talk mainly to girls, but like nothing too bad. And then we were like, wait, people want to get dirty on camera. People want to talk about their weird like sexual things that they've done and where they've hooked up and their fetishes. And like, okay, we can go off of this,
Yeah.
you know?
I feel like especially tourists like coming here, like they, you know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So I'm sure they want to talk about their bullshit. No, I know, but you know, tourists think that. So it's like, okay, I'm sure they want to talk about it on camera.
And like most of the, like, I would say 95% of the people that we interview are not local at all.
So that's what's great.
And we just go up to people on the street, literally random. So we're like, no, I'm not saying we pick people out of the crowd, but we're like, okay, who like looks friendly?
Yes.
You know?
Because you guys do this on the strip most of the time, I would say. Pretty much. Like,
what nights do you do it?
So we started going
times?
we started going on Wednesday nights, because we feel like there is like venues that are open Wednesday nights, and like we get there around maybe like 10 p.m. and we'll go until like 1 a.m.
Oh, wow.
to get that really drunk crowd.
Yeah.
You know, we want the drunk people. We want you to be belligerent. And then on other days, like we switch. Honestly, we can go any day of the week. And I feel like we find something because Vegas is always so busy. Sunday afternoons, I think we've gotten some of our best content. People are just, their inhibitions are lowered. They're like, oh my God, yeah, party, it's Sunday, last day.
Well, I think they go to church, they repent, and then they're like, okay, it's fresh slate, let's throw it out.
Or they're on like a 3-day bender, and so by then they're just permanently blacked out for 3 days straight.
Yes. And then like, you know, it kind of got to the point where like my husband was like, I work a 9 to 5. Like, I don't know if I can like do this 100% with you. I was like, okay, that's fine. And then my good friend, Spicy Mayo, who's my co-host, you know, she wanted to do social media like full time. Well, I mean, I guess we can say full time, but
as you guys work another job full time outside of it. I get it.
Yeah. And we kind of just went from there. And then the first thing that we did together, like the first big thing, was go to AVN. And oh my gosh, that was so much fun. I was just, I don't know, it was terrible. But I was like, Disneyland for me, like
you and everybody else like, there. I feel like
I was there with the mic. I'm sure it was easier for you to get interviews than it was for me.
But people are so open to talking about it because you know, like at AVN, especially like you know, because you went. There was like 2 different rooms, and there was like the the big like mainstream stars, and then like the more like OnlyFans like content creator type people, and I feel like those people were more open to talking because they want their name out there. Of course, we're going to tag them, you know? And I was like, this is so fun. And then so I will tell you, at first, we wanted to keep it kind of like, what made you want to get into porn? What, like, you know, like your mental health? Like
the vanilla questions?
Okay, yes.
But just like the basic questions, like just from the start.
And then the starters, yeah. And as we got throughout the day going, we're like, I don't think people care about this. I think people want to know, like the dirty, nitty-gritty stuff. Like, do you spit or swallow, and why? For what reason? You know?
Yeah, you have a lot of those. And they're just they're going for it. Like people are answering. They're really celebrating.
There was no pause in there. Nothing. They're just like, oh yeah, no, it's
immediate. Cool. Like, and they know exactly what I'm talking about.
Spit or swallow? Swallow, but I also am vegan, so I'm really, really picky when it comes to my. You better be very healthy.
Yeah, for sure.
No explanation.
I was like, what? But no, and then like like asking like. The porn stars too, like more sexual questions. I think people want to know, like, we're living in a world where like there's so much information out there, and you're like in an industry that yes, you make assumptions, but not everybody really knows. Like I learned so much at AVN that I never knew about the industry. Yeah,
I learned a lot too, actually.
Tell me what you learned.
So I did a Sky Bree and Rara. Do you know those two are? Yeah. So I did a great they actually were interviewing me, and then I kind of like flipped it and then started interviewing them. And they had it on like their cameras and everything, and it's like the greatest lost footage that I feel like Drake when he lost his BlackBerry down in wherever the hell he was, like I can't get it anywhere to be seen. Like they have it and they just never released it. And yeah, so Sky Bree, Rara, like let's figure this out. Like, get this up.
No, if y'all see this, like please.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Do you remember me, Kevin? Yeah.
Yeah. The A game, at least I think I might watch and be like that was embarrassing, but I think it went well. And yeah, now it's all
in your memory. It was phenomenal.
Well,
that's kind of how we are as guys. Like, I crushed it. And then the girls like
wait a second.
Didn't really go that well. Do you find out? So it sounds like you were saying you want to go with people that are friendly. Do you find it difficult sometimes? You guys are 2 beautiful women. Like I've seen your guys' stuff, and like you say, your husband's witty, and when he does do it. Do you find it difficult, though, to get people sometimes? Is there, like, coaxing that needs to be done?
Oh, my gosh, absolutely. It's like, okay, so on the Strip, you have all those people that are, like, selling stuff, right? They're passing out the flyers, they're selling stuff. Nobody wants to talk to you. But I felt like if we approach people in a very friendly manner and be like, I have a question for you. Like, do you want to be like in a street interview? This is what we do. And just,
like you have to be bubbly and approachable.
And of course, like, I will tell you 80% of the time people are like, no thanks. Yeah. With like, and I get it. You're walking, you're with a purpose, have somewhere to go. But that 20% of the time that people are like, yeah. And that's where we get the really good stuff because people actually want to be on camera and they actually want to talk. Yeah. And of course, like, if they look a little younger, we're like, okay, how old are you?
Wow. You guys talk like grown-ups. Oh, well, this is a really good school.
That's a smart move.
And it's
I guess it depends on what you're asking.
Yeah, no, it's like, because, a lot of people come to Vegas and they do sometimes bring their kids, and we've interviewed people that were like 15. I'm like, I did not know you were 15, and thank
That's
God.
my dad.
No, yeah, thank God that I asked you your age, because I was about to ask you some pretty risque questions.
Hey, to be honest though, these kids, who knows what they're doing? But you want to stay away from that.
No, yeah,
I get it.
That definitely for us, we're like, we are looking for more of an adult crowd.
Yes,
we're definitely not we are family friendly to some point. Like, you can share it with your other family and be like, oh, we get a good laugh. But I think it's more so for.
Well, I've seen like yours is interesting because I'll watch one and it's who's the president. It was like the 44th president, and then the next one's literally like, how many times are you guys 69?
Yeah, no, so, honestly, yeah.
It depends on like
which levels
scroll.
The range.
Yeah.
I think that
you have to reach the crowds,
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, some of the trivia stuff, I feel like you can share that with anybody.
Oh, of course.
Right, and it's like,
and a lot of people are probably embarrassed because they're like, I don't know these answers either.
Yeah. No, to ask people math questions on the fly.
And they're drunk.
And they're drunk, and I love it. I'm like, come on. Like, get this out of you. But the people who aren't drunk that you're, like, asking simple questions to, I'm like, I really don't want you to get it wrong. I'm going to coach you through this. I really don't want you to get it wrong. But if there's a certain point where it's like, you don't know, I'm going to be like, I'm going to tell you it's the right answer because I don't want you to feel bad.
Who invented the light bulb?
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Yeah, there you freaking go. Yeah.
And that's always funny. Speaking of drunk, too, Ty, thank you she made a great sangria today.
That looks delicious.
Get a cheers here.
Yeah. Cheers.
I'll make sure to drink it this time.
I'm not going to fake sip it.
Yeah. Thank you for this, Ty. Has anybody ever requested, because your guys are viewed, like, a lot of your videos are getting, like, major hits and a lot of views, and you guys are growing very well. Has anybody ever DM'd and reached out to be removed?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
How does that go on the back end?
I mean, we respect people's, wishes. And it's a thing of like, what we started doing is right before we start the interview, we say, do you consent to being on camera? And that for us is like the contractual thing of like, okay, you consented, we can use this footage. But if you're really out there, like we, we just posted a video.
Give us the tea.
Oh gosh, we just posted a video of a guy who was all about the interview. He's the one that approached us. He saw us with the mic. He was like, what are you guys doing here? Holding his little like tequila soda in his hand.
Was it the thumb one? Right?
I mean, it potentially was the thumb one.
Okay, so we maybe not. Yeah, keep going.
Where he, honestly, he was not supposed to be out the house. He was not supposed to be out of the house. He was not supposed to be outside, honestly.
What the hell are you doing out here, Fred? What the hell are you... How did you get out here?
But he was so open about talking to us. Yeah. And we're like, yeah, let's get into some sexual questions. And he answered them so perfectly. Like, I was like, this is like viral stuff right here.
This is gold.
This is gold. And then in the morning, we get a DM saying, hey, actually, can you not post my interview? But he consented to being on camera. So, me and my co-host, we like talked about it and we were like, this is quality stuff that we want to use.
Yeah.
So we're just going to have our editors like blur his face and distort his voice and he can't tell who it is.
Yeah.
And he didn't even know that like there was no message sent again being like, why did you post my video?
I saw it. Like, I don't think you could, that might have been you, John. Was that you out there?
Possibly.
I like how,
so interesting, though.
Sasha, I like how you say, like, it was so weird. He was so open to talk. Like, two hot women come up to you talking about sexual stuff. It's so weird that he was talking to you.
He came up to us.
Also weird that the guy approached two hot women. Very strange.
Well, I mean,
on the Las Vegas Strip.
Literally, like, we have, like a mic, and camera and setup and the light, like, and everything. He's like, what are you guys doing here? Like, this is cool. And he did talk about his girlfriend. He did talk about her and everything. And then I think what made it a little awkward after the fact was that we were done recording his interview. He's like, so what are you guys like doing after this? And I'm like,
shocker.
Wow.
I was like, and I was like, oh,
leaving.
like we're here, like this is what we're doing. He's like, "Oh, do you guys like want to go out and stuff?" Sorry, I'm like doing this voice. I'm like getting to like what he was like.
Please do.
"Do you guys like want to go out?"
She's embodying the character.
And it's like it literally like got to the point that I was pissed off, and I was like, "You have a girlfriend, go home."
Yeah.
I literally said to him, I was like, "You have a girlfriend, go home."
Yeah.
Like,
Leave.
I said to him, I was like, "There's nothing to do here on a Wednesday night. Just go home. Get yourself an Uber and go home. Like, you're trashed already. Just do it." He was like, "Oh, you're not gonna be like that." And I'm like, "Go home to your girlfriend that you just talked about, that you said you loved. Go home."
You're going to smile. Pack up your shit and go home.
And then he got butthurt, and the next morning,
Stick
kick
it
it
up.
off.
He did.
He was embarrassed. Yeah.
He was, and it was like
the ego.
the ego got hurt, you know.
Yeah.
But there was another instance where a young lady that we interviewed, she was from Canada, and again, she was so open to talking to us. Everything, the video got so many views, and it got shared so much. And she messaged us, and she was like, "Hey, like, I need you to take this down. This is circulating, like, where my hometown is from. I'm getting so much shit for it."
Oh, no.
And it wasn't, and it wasn't anything sexual. It was, we asked her, you know, who has more red flags, men or women? And she said men, and she elaborated on that. And I mean, that's your own personal view and opinion,
Well,
but
she was
That's
wrong.
not even bad.
She was wrong, but it's okay.
Okay. Let's relax.
Oh, you just kicked me. I think
Sorry,
that was
sorry.
on purpose.
No, actually, it was just subconscious, probably.
Huh.
Hey, shut up.
no, and it got to the point, and we told her, we were like, well, you were okay with this,
Yeah.
you know? And then, like, a couple days went by, and, like, me and her had talked about it. We're like, no, we're going to keep it up. Like, she said it was okay. And we got a DM being like, if you don't take this down, like, I'm going to kill myself. And I was like, okay,
Ooh.
whoa. Like
Pump the
I
brakes
would
here.
never, no, like, pump the brakes. Like, this is not that serious. Like,
yeah.
we need to fix this before anything. Like, I don't want, like, obviously, you know, social media, like,
Sorry, you're giving us PTSD.
Yeah,
right now.
we've experienced this.
oh,
That's
no,
why I was
really?
like,
Yeah.
But everything's healthy now, and
Oh, good.
we're rooting for both parties. So continue.
oh, shit. Oh, my God.
no, we're not.
No, but,
Just kidding, we
like,
are.
we
I'm reading Don't Kill Myself books.
You said that the book wasn't yours.
Don't worry about the book.
like, I talked to my co-host. I talked to, you know, little spicy mayo, Miss Spicy. And
I can put a little
Little
shot of her in there.
Yeah.
and we were like, we're gonna remove this because it
That's
just
too much. It's not worth it.
you know, and the fact that like somebody like to go to that length to be like to actually say
Yeah.
that, I'm just like, okay, no, like
No, you made the
is,
right
it's
move.
not worth the views. It is not worth the headache. It is not worth me thinking in the back of my head like, what if this girl actually?
Yeah.
But that is so crazy,
know?
And because it wasn't like that big of a deal. That's not that big of a question. Like that was her honest opinion.
It
So
was-
it's like, why are you feeling
But
so
the
much
thing-
pressure?
The thing was, people were going at it in the comments,
Mm.
and
Well, of course they are.
No,
They
but
always
that's what
do.
you want, and
That's
that's,
what
the
you
best
want.
thing
That's
that you
everybody
want.
in their mom's basement is
Yes.
doing that. Hello,
Yes.
motherfuckers.
They
Like,
were-
it's
they were-
fine.
She underestimated you. She's like, oh, it's just some girl just doing that. She didn't know.
She
like,
understand
all
the
of a sudden,
gravity of it all.
It's gonna be hitting
It-
the world.
literally like
Good for you guys.
so
awesome.
many views, like.
But I like,
Millions.
so I've never done the consent thing and the asking like beforehand, like, are you okay with this being on live or on YouTube or anything?
Yeah.
I probably should start doing that. But
I feel like ours is a little different though. They know what they're
it's way
coming here and
different.
signing up for.
True, and not even really with the podcast. It's more like when I'm doing like
Oh,
the
yeah,
the
Maria.
man on the street stuff.
Yeah.
Careful.
at
No, you're
the
good. Don't worry
day
about it. But I stand exactly by you. I don't really care though, because it would suck if something great, somebody DM me to take it down or message me. But if they don't want it up, I stand by. Like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'll take it down. Like, if you don't want it up, whatever. I'm not gonna like. It's not that big of a deal.
And it's at the point I was like, you know what, we got our views, like whatever. Like it was your wish that it was taken down. That's fine. That's
Well, and that's
totally
just
fine.
like in life,
know,
things happen. And you just keep
yeah.
moving. Like, you're gonna have another thing that works.
Absolutely.
You're gonna learn from it.
We
And
can
it sounds
ask-
like you did. Like, now at least you ask people before. Are you okay with this?
Yeah, and then we always like we tell people the page, and it's like we want it to be something that like, you know, nobody's like, oh my gosh, these people are terrible. This page is terrible. They posted without my consent. They made me look bad. Like, you said what you said.
Hmm.
The editing, there isn't much to it. Like, there's maybe like cuts of like you saying you know, but that's it. Like, you said what you
gotcha.
said.
Mhm.
No, they're
It's, you know.
they're pretty respectful from what I've seen. I mean, if anything, it's not. It's kind of their fault. They didn't know the answer.
No, and it's I'm gonna be like, yeah, like totally. There's like 52 states like in America. Sure.
Good job.
Good job.
Can you give one little plug? I'm gonna switch gears, and you want to plug that one more time, just to the viewers. What's it called again?
So if you guys want to check out our channel, it's called Operator Error, and on Instagram it's Operator Error TV, and same thing with TikTok. But we're kind of popular on Instagram, and if you're looking for memes too, I post memes daily, like very relatable memes. So if you guys want to check that out,
nice. TikTok works like better for me, where Instagram's a little slower, and then yours is vice versa.
Yeah, it is.
Just depends.
Love-hate relationship with TikTok right now.
Yeah, I've had a lot of strikes. I know your pain. Yep. I feel you. I see it in what you're saying.
And Facebook's been great, actually.
I hear that. Gary V's always shouting out. Shout out Gary V. He's always shouting out Facebook Reels.
Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts now too. People are getting away from TikTok.
There's so many things.
Yeah, well, everyone's scared it's gonna go. So switching gears, this is a question for the ladies because me and John are just single bachelor gentlemen over here. I want to add. I want to see where this goes. So I'm gonna ask you first, Ty. In your don't cheat.
I'm already trying to.
I want to know out of you and your boyfriend, who, and I need a percentage on this. Who likes who more in the relationship?
Oh God.
She's like, what day is it? Wednesday? Hold on.
Yeah, no. Actually, we just talked about it in therapy.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, even better.
Well, but not percentages. I don't.
See, it's complicated, isn't it?
It is so complicated because it depends on the situation, depends on the day, depends what's going on. I feel like
Monday was like 70-30.
Well, and the thing why it comes up in therapy is because we have different attachment styles. So, like, sometimes I think that he doesn't like me because he's an avoidant attachment style and I'm an anxious attachment. So I lean in and he leans out. So sometimes to me in my brain, that plays as like, okay, he doesn't really like me. But, like, I know he likes me, obviously. Like, I have
How could he not?
I know I have lots of reasons to believe that. Like, I know that things are on its way and whatnot. But so I'm like, okay, I don't know who I think is more, though. That's it. I need to ponder on it a little longer.
Sasha, we'll slide to you.
Oh boy.
I'm sure you had a little time to think about it.
Just put you right on the spot.
I fully believe deep down. I know what you're saying, Ty. There's different times and like, but deep down, everybody knows that it's not even like who wears the pants. To me, it's just somebody cares a little bit more, like loves a little bit more, likes the person just a little bit more, or maybe a lot more. What do you think
sometimes. My answer? What do you? Think?
I really don't know.
I really don't know either.
I've never assessed like your situation.
But you assess tonight.
We'll get there. We're on to the guest real quick.
Okay. I just have to say, have you guys ever dated?
No.
Really?
No.
Oh God.
This is gonna be
no. Is this something that people ask usually?
Yes. Well, not usually on the podcast, but
oh, sorry. Cut that out.
It's okay.
No, go ahead and interview us.
No. I'm asking because you guys have such good banter and like there is like a chemistry there, and it's like you're single.
Yes.
You're in a relationship, but it's like the friendship and the banter. It's like I was wondering. I was like, have you guys ever dated?
That's why we decided to do this though, because we flow as if we are like an old married couple, but we're not. So that's why it's healthy.
It works.
Yeah, so it works.
No, and it's nice. This is like a good like friendship. Like this is.
Well, we haven't dated. That's why it's healthy.
Yeah, that's why it actually works.
This is why it's working so well.
That's why we're capable of doing it. Yeah. No, he's dated a lot of my friends, so I feel like I know that version of him through word of mouth.
Vicariously.
Not fully, obviously, but through word of mouth. So I feel like I know. Well, and we've been friends for a long time now. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Thank you, Brittany.
Yeah, shout out to Britt. So I feel like maybe that's why too. Like, there's a lot of extra details that I've received elsewhere. but also I think it's just our personalities separately too. Like they just like mesh well.
I like this friendship. This is very
good,
this is very nice. I like this. This is a lot.
I know, it's very healthy. It's like my one guy friend.
I was gonna say that right back. It's like the only one that like from the female standpoint.
I like that.
It's nice. It's fun.
If you were ever to part ways, no, never. She said that so quick. She was like, no, absolutely.
No, I know. It's coming.
Because she knows the pitfalls, and she's like, I can't work with that. Absolutely not.
No. Love you, but no.
Yeah, there's a lot of red flags.
Red flags.
You're just not meant for me, and I'm not meant for you.
I agree.
Okay, we'll get back to the question because I was like, I was like,
yeah, who's interviewing you here? Let's figure this out.
No, I loved it.
That was a good takeover. I loved it.
I needed to ask because I'm like, okay, so now I know kind of like the relationship aspect
of it. The dynamic of it all.
Yeah. Also a great way to detour from being in the spotlight. Well done.
Let me do it again.
Let's see if I can turn this away from me.
Great deflection.
Deflect. No, I'll be. Of course, I'll answer the question. Honestly, I think that if I had to put a percentage on it, I don't think it could ever be 50-50. And
Thank you.
I think that it depends on the situation on the day, but I think that I love my husband more than he loves me.
That's awesome.
There you go.
How long have you guys been together?
So we've been together for 5 years, married for 3.
Okay.
And I think that I love him more than he loves me. And I'm not saying this like, oh my God, like love me more, babe. But I feel like as a woman, like I love harder, you know, like women love harder than men.
We're more like, nurturing.
Oh, look at him. He's like,
we're more nurturing and we're more, it's just a different level. Like,
yeah,
that's how we're bred.
Maybe I just don't realize sometimes the way that he shows me he loves me more because like my love language and his love language are completely different.
Yeah.
Like mine is like gift giving. Like I love to give gifts and I
like to receive gifts too.
Give it back. Yeah? Return the favor.
Honestly?
You reacted very well. That was awesome.
Honestly?
Oh, she hated it. No, I'm just kidding.
No. I like to receive gifts.
But that's not your number one.
It's not my number one thing because I'm somebody who's like, I like what I like, I don't what I don't. If you were to give me a gift that I didn't like, you would know right away. But like the hat that you gave me, yo, like
fire.
like you would have like you would have known. I'm like bad at like faking certain things.
Yeah, that would have been the greatest fake job of all time.
Oh my
so good job.
Totally believable.
No, I was dead. I was like, okay, do I put it on? No, I don't want to mess up my hair. Like you would know. But like my husband like knows too. Like if he gets me something, I'm kind of like, honey, we talked about this.
Oh yeah. At least you bring it up though. You don't just like
do.
fake it and be like, thanks.
I do. It's something where, you know, like in the beginning of our relationship, like, and I told him like gift giving is my love language. If I see something that I know you're gonna like, I'm gonna get it for you.
That's
regardless.
Nice.
You know, and he sometimes does that for me, but I tend to be very minimalistic when it comes to stuff. And probably that's why I don't like receiving gifts. I would rather be like, take me on an experience.
Yeah.
Give me a memory.
An adventure or something.
He used to travel for work a lot, and he would always get me a T-shirt from the different racetracks that he would go on.
That's awesome.
Cool.
And it's cool. I have
Speaking of
that
racetracks, were we talking
is
about
cool.
horse racing?
No,
Oh, okay.
like car racing.
Me and Ty were supposed to be at the Kentucky Derby last week,
Oh.
but that's a whole different discussion.
Ripped
oh my
off.
God.
Well, we don't want to talk about it.
We'll show you the commercial. We'll show you the commercial later.
Yeah. Barstool blew it.
Yeah. Thanks, El
Alright.
Presidente.
No, she deserved it. That's the whole thing. Whoever
Dude, but that was like
the
okay,
girl that
no,
won
I'm
the
not gonna talk about
competition,
it.
congratulations.
Don't criticize
They
it.
did
It
a
was
great
great.
job.
It was great, but it's like, goddamn, what was the budget on that?
All right, back into it.
Okay.
We'll talk
$10.
off.
I'm
we'll
I'm
talk
like,
off
I need to know
camera.
about this. Give me
We'll
the
talk
tea.
off camera.
Give me the
Off
tea about it.
camera.
Okay,
So he
off
gets
camera.
from like NASCAR racetracks and stuff like that.
So he does. So he's a professional driver.
Oh,
he
nice.
races.
I had no idea. That's awesome.
You know, different tracks like Coda, Laguna, all that, like Road America. You know, like
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
That is cool.
And he would get me always a T-shirt, and I'm just like, okay, these T-shirts, like, I love them. I love that it's a collection. I love that it's, you know, a part of you. But I'm somebody who's like, okay, like this doesn't fit me right, so I'm not always gonna wear
You
it.
should make a blanket out of them.
Oh my God, that's such a good idea.
Like, just make
Or like
a
a
little
crop
quilt.
top.
Oh, that's
No,
cute.
make like a quilt out
Damn
of
it.
all of them, so then that way
Wait.
you literally can
Oh my
just
God, Ty just blew your mind.
snuggle them.
That'd be cute,
Right?
Because I use them as like house shirts, and he's like, "Oh, look, the shirt that I got you." I'm like, "Yeah, babe." I'm like, you know, sometimes I don't like wear it out, but it's like,
Yeah.
and then it got to the point where like I had so many, and like we downsized when we moved to the other house, and I'm like, okay, if you're gonna go somewhere, please don't get me a shirt.
Yeah.
Give me like a little keychain.
Okay, so you have
like-
enough for a blanket then, for sure.
I do have enough.
Yes, so that's what you should do. So that way, then it's like more practical. Like you're not forced to wear it, but then you can just
Yeah.
use it as a little
And
like cozy
It's a
thing.
perfect like security blanket.
It would be.
Make you
Yeah.
feel
Yeah,
real good.
especially
No,
when he's out of town, like then
Yeah.
you can snuggle it.
Thankfully, like he's in town more and everything, but it's just like for me, I'm like, I don't know. But like again, like 60-40, and I think I love him a little bit more than he loves me.
What do you think, Ty? Thanks for admitting that. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with. I think that women love harder. I think that we have like more unconditional love in us than men do. Like women, I think understand that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like in our bones more than it is men.
I actually just talked about this with somebody where the word unconditional love comes in, and I guess a study has shown that women are the only like sex, you know, to show unconditional love, but they cannot show unconditional love to their partner. They can only show it to their child or a pet.
Interesting.
And I was like, what?
I agree with that.
And
which is why I was shaking my head earlier.
And I deep dived, and I was like, studies have shown, like, and the person got into it about, like, you know, serial killers, like the dad, like a man, like cannot show quote unquote unconditional love. Sure, they can love a pet, but it's like it's a different type of emotion.
Yeah.
And women, like, even with serial killers, like they'll be like, he was such a good boy, like I loved my boy, whatever it'd be. And I'm like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, the mother, Jeffrey Dahmer, did the same thing. She was like, she was asked in an interview, it was like,
A
if
lot
you
of
knew
the
what your son
mothers
was
do
doing,
it.
would you dive him out? She goes, no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Because it's
for
my kid.
Sure.
No,
Man,
the
it's
love,
crazy.
between a mother and a child, but the love between a father and a child is so different. It is not unconditional. It is
so
with
different.
condition. But
But I think that's why, because men are not capable of it.
Exactly.
But women are.
Yes.
Okay, so that's an interesting study. I feel like even in relationships, women are more capable of it than men. Maybe it's not fully unconditional, but it's close.
Yes.
I feel like it's up there. Yeah, I guess given my history and given my I don't
History?
know. You know I'm a lover, so probably me. We'll go with that.
60-40-ish.
Yeah.
Do you also
Here I
think
am,
that
no.
maybe the man likes the woman in the beginning of the relationship more, and then by the 5 years, 10 years, it could flip? Do you think that's possible?
100%.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
It could
too.
even just go in phases where, like, sometimes it flip-flops back and forth even.
This is might be controversial how I'm going to word this. So I believe that a woman, I'm going to see if I can pinpoint this. I believe a woman, the reason I think it's healthier for the woman to like the man more is because once the kids and once the marriage happen and the kid happens, her love for her man is going to lessen automatically, because now she's going to be caring more for her kids and more for the marriage and the actual dynamic of the household. So you already would want to start higher, because that's going to lower right after the kid comes.
But that is a proven fact, actually.
Yeah.
Which is that's why I stand on most of the time the woman should like the man more.
Interesting.
It's interesting that you brought
I
it
was
that way.
expecting
Like,
you to attack, so that went well.
I thought you were going to say something along the lines
agree.
of, like, you know, women are like, oh my God, this guy's simping for me. Oh, like.
There's that, but no, I don't want to dip it. I'll save that for these other podcasts can handle that. I don't want to get too deep into
It's
that
interesting
part.
because my mom has actually always advocated that she thinks that the man needs to love the woman more. And I'm like sitting here thinking, and I'm like, I wonder what her argument would be. I'm not sure what her argument is. I'll have to follow up and ask her, because I wonder why she thinks that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's more of an old school mentality too,
Yeah.
Yep.
where women kind of own the power struggle at this point in like society when it comes to dating.
I wonder if there was
Elaborate on that. What do you mean by that?
Women kind of hold the reins in who they want to date now, as more so than back in 20, 30 years ago.
You
Where
think so?
men, I do 100% believe
I don't know,
so.
because if a guy isn't into it, then he's not going to be around. So I feel like
Yeah, but
it's
there's only
still,
so many of those men. There's like a small percentage of men that have the ability to choose and be picky with women. There's a tiny percentage, where there's such a higher percentage of women that can be choosy and picky because they have so many options.
Okay, but what about the men like you, who like are like don't settle, or not even settle, but they
Well,
don't want a relationship?
I just think women realize like this is going nowhere, so let me go.
So you
find
still think
another
it's the
guy.
woman's call with you, not you? Because it's based off of the energy that you're putting out, though.
Yeah, like I don't
or
ever
lack of energy.
I don't ever like most of the girls most of them that I have relationships with. I don't like want it to end, but it's inevitable.
But you want
just
it in
because
your
I'm not
boundaries.
giving them like what they want or what
Yeah.
they really deserve. So I don't get upset when it does end. I just understand.
But the fact that, like, you can realize that means you're, like, evolving and becoming a better man. So when you find the right person, you'll be like, oh, shit. Like, I know this about myself. Let me fix it.
Yeah, you might need to just come
She's
with me
like,
all the time and explain this. When I have the outs with them, can you
Because
just
I don't know if
explain
he's ever gonna get to that point, though. That's the point. Is that
don't
he's
think
like, well, I would like for him
Yeah.
to.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
love for him to. But I think he's very much stuck in the like reality that he's living in, and he wants to continue to live in that reality.
maybe
Like he's
you-
not trying to change it.
I don't know. I mean, again, we live in Vegas. Maybe you just haven't found the right person.
Sell it to me.
What?
Sell me marriage.
Okay, how about love?
To like change that?
No.
He's like, no, really?
I don't think it's the person. I think it's him.
Okay, so what is it though? I want to know.
Jesus.
He's stubborn.
No, I want to know.
He's in the hot
wanna
seat.
know.
He's in the hot seat.
I mean, there's a lot of ways I can answer this. I like my life. I already feel, and there's way busier people than I am. Not saying I'm not a fucking doctor or anything, but I have enough responsibilities and enough things that I take care of in my life and that I'm trying to aspire to be that I don't include introducing a woman into that I should be devoting a lot of my time to is just unrealistic.
So essentially you would want a girl who's also super busy that you guys can kind of like link up periodically and kind of grow.
If it was going to work, I would probably need a girl that is into what I'm trying to accomplish in like the film industry.
Yeah.
I would like that. I've thought of this actually, Ty, in the last, like, and I get that you're like, you just haven't met the right woman. Yes. If it were to work, but I'm not even trying to get it to work. But if it were to right now, it would have to be a girl that shares my same passions. Cause then we could be doing it together and actually spend time. Cause if we're not doing it together, like I'll never have time to spend with you.
And that's the thing, like here in
that's
Vegas,
just unfair.
people don't do this. People, you know, like it is not the kind of industry yet. It's not like LA. Like everybody's trying to be
we're in an
content
LA,
creator.
New York mindset. Right here.
Yeah. It's not. It's different. You know, everybody has like either an industry job or they're doing something else. But I feel like the people that we surround ourselves with, it's industry, bartending, cocktailing, hosts, whatever it might be, and people don't really have either the time or like see it as like a priority when like I mean it's okay to be working on yourself and like not want somebody to like
interrupt it.
Yeah. And that's totally fine. Like that protects yourself and like it gets you moving forward at a place where you like, let's say 2-3 years from now, you're at a place where you're like, okay, I've accomplished what I want to accomplish. Maybe it's time for me to like actually start looking at something.
Yeah, I'm on like the Clooney route or like DiCaprio. That's where I see it going.
So
25 years, I'm saying it's not happening.
I think De Niro just had a kid at 79. Yeah, there we go. But it was like his seventh kid. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
That's a good thing. Like that's
down the road.
The thing about men is you can pop out a kid at 80 years old.
Well, that's true. It's a little unfair, isn't it, lady?
It is a little unfair. I mean,
I don't know if I'd want one at 80, but yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay, wait. I have to pee.
Do you really?
Yeah. I've been holding it.
Okay.
I drank a lot of sangria.
All right, well, buckle up because we're not done with this, and this is going to go a little long.
You can just cut all this out.
No, but I'm just saying. No, but I do want to cover.
It's like I gotta go. Move.
Okay, so what's your view on shower? We got to wrap this up, but what's your view on shower play?
Shower play? Oh gosh, okay. Before I had like hair extensions or I used to have lash extensions, like before then I used to be like, oh my God, yeah, all the time. And then now I'm like, I don't want to wash my hair. What if my hair gets wet? It's like a whole thing.
It's such a production.
I feel like the best shower sex is like in hotel rooms where it's like bigger. And there's like, especially the Cosmo. Oh,
yeah.
I shouldn't be saying this, but especially
actually,
at the Cosmo.
Can agree.
What about that balcony?
That is my last shower actually experience. Was at the Cosmo.
Yep.
What about that Cosmo balcony?
Oh, it is perfection, especially the one that looks over the Bellagio fountains.
Taking me back.
Yep.
All right, I'd like to shift into the next. Anybody have any questions for this before we get into the next big romance topic of dating in the industry?
Oh, no. Okay. Yeah.
All right, great app, guys. Thanks for tuning in. John, any parting words?
I got nothing.
Yeah, perfect. Can't wait for the next app. Thanks for tuning in. Go check out Operator Error on all platforms.